There's been a lot of talk this morning about revolution, about the fact that we are in this area of technologies facing an extraordinary revolution. Well, there are two things I want to say about revolutions. The first is universities are critical to revolutions. That's why governments are so suspicious of us all the world over. And we're critical to this particular revolution because of the fact that we can do both fundamental and applied work across the disciplines and work that is in dialogue with real-world problems across the disciplines and in conversation between them. That is incredibly powerful. There's been a lot of stupid talk about innovation lately, and perhaps the most stupid is the notion that you do a bit of maths, you have a fundamental problem, then you do some applied research, and hey presto, you have a product. Well, sophisticated industry actors understand that's not the way it works. And it's why Microsoft have been such wonderful partners for us. It's a constant dialogue between fundamental and applied research, between fundamental research and commercialization, between the work of the university and the work of the private sector. It's a constant process back and forth. You know, at Microsoft, they're not only thinking about the fundamental science and encouraging us to do basic research, they're also thinking about the materials you might need for the computers that haven't yet been invented, or how you might think about programming the computers that haven't yet been invented, or how they might communicate with one another. This is something that a university can participate in because of our distinctive place in the innovation chain. And it's exciting to be a seedbed of revolution, as universities have been for so very long indeed. And it's exciting to be doing that in partnership with such extraordinarily visionary commercial partners. But it's not only that universities are critical to revolution. Revolutions are mass movements. Revolutions are mass movements. And that's why it was so important to us that we launch this in Australian Institute for Nanoscale Science and Technology. Yes, with the usual moments of dignitaries doing their bits and plaques and all the rest of it, but more importantly with a scientific meeting drawing scientists from across the world. Because Sydney will make a contribution to this revolution, but this revolution will happen as networks of scientists in institutions across the world work together and in parallel on the problems that we need to solve in order to be able to take these technologies forward. And that's the spirit of this particular initiative at the University of Sydney. World leading, world advanced, best in the world. These are words Vice-Chancellors love. What I want to see is us make a significant contribution to a global effort that will really yield benefits for humankind. And if you have that mindset as you establish an institute, it looks very different. We haven't built a silo. What we've built is a hub in a global network of expertise. And that's why I'd particularly like to welcome those of you who've joined us from the scientific community around the world to celebrate this significant moment in the history of the university. Revolutions require university. Revolutions are mass movements. Well, we'd like to think in some small way that today represents a significant moment in the history of this remarkable revolution, which is the development of nanoscale science and technology. Thank you so very much for joining us to share it.